Hello everyone and welcome to our Boxmode webinar. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. My name is Vlad and I work in marketing at Boxmode. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Just write something in the chat. Also, I would like to mention that there is around 10 seconds broadcast lag, or maybe 20 seconds, so it might cause some communication delay. So how are you? Where are you from? We are going to wait a bit for those who are running late, and we will start in a moment. Hi Bob, thanks for joining. Hi Marina, thanks for being here. Hi Alex. So nice to meet you, Alex. Francelli, hope I didn't butcher that. Thanks so much for joining. So I think we can start. Hello, wonderful people, and thank you so much for joining our Boxmode webinar. My name is Vlad, and I'm a product marketing manager at Boxmode. And I'm really excited to be the host of this webinar. And today, as you can see, we're going to talk about how to build a website for your fitness and yoga business. But at the same time, the concept that we will be covering today can also be applied to building a website for other purposes as well. So if you are not from the fitness world, you still might find this webinar useful. So I'm curious which business niche you're from. Let me know in the chat. In the meantime, let me say a couple of words about us. We're a young website building platform, and we believe that creating websites must be accessible to anyone, regardless of any formal training in web design or web development. And our platform offers a powerful and easy to use toolkit that allows building websites using ready-to-go presets and widgets with lots of modern appealing designs for every taste. And to access these instruments, you just need to have an internet browser. And during this webinar, you'll see how fast and easy it is to build and publish a professional looking website with no prior experience. Let me check the chat. Thanks for answering my question. I can see that we have a yoga trainer today and a fitness trainer. Have bodybuilder. Wow. So I'm glad to see that we have representatives of different occupations. And I would like to emphasize that our intended audience, it goes beyond the scope of this webinar's topic. So many different businesses could build a website using our tools, and we will examine this based on building a website for fitness. We have a designer here. Wow. Super. So and this is the webinar structure. First, we will cover some of the benefits of having a website, and then we will start building a website for a fitness business. And along the way, I will be commenting on some of the important aspects of a website building process in general. And after this webinar, I'll answer questions. So, what are the benefits of having a website? And I'm sure that you are aware that there are lots of them, but let me name a couple. A website, it helps you to get customers from search engines. It is estimated that 97% of all people, they turn to the internet first to learn information about the business, and around 90% of those people, they start with search engines. So having a website can help you get customers from Google search. And could Facebook or Instagram do the same thing? It's tempting to think so, but it's much easier to rank a website in a local search than a Facebook or Instagram page. And also, a Facebook's culture isn't one for making purchasing decisions. So people, they expect to get details about your business through your website before any other marketing method. So a website it improves like the business credibility, because websites are a cornerstone of all online branding, and people more often aren't picking up the phone to speak with a business representative next. They're going to the website to get more information first. And if your potential customers can find more information about your competitors than you, this puts your sales at risk. Because when we have more information about something, we tend to trust it more. Also, website helps you in getting more, it helps you in understanding your consumers more. So an interactive website, it helps to build the relationship with your customers, where communication is easy and where they can express their opinions, leave in reviews, feedbacks, and so on. And also, it is very effective advertising method. And advertising is necessary to grow any business, and having a website can help you to leverage digital marketing, which could be very effective in targeting and retargeting the relevant audience. So it's much cheaper to update your website than to reprint all of your print collateral or to create traditional radio or television advertisement. So, and now let's go to the boxmode.com and start building the website. So registration is simple. It requires entering only email and the password. I already have an account, so just log in. And to start building a website, we need to choose a template. So templates here are grouped under different categories. Technically, you can use any template and customize it to fit your needs, because basically websites have a lot of things in common, like pages and sections that people expect when browsing the website. But when using a template that is specifically dedicated to your use case, it's gonna make this website building process even faster. And templates were designed by professionals who put a lot of thought into picking a correct, right color scheme, and into picking the fonts, white spacing, different pictures, and many other tiny design details to create a consistent and appealing look and feel. So say we are building a website for a yoga business. So let's pick this Harmony template. We can check how it looks using this preview mode. And this template, it oozes a sense of friendliness. Is light, affable, and green is used as an accent color. And according to color theory, green it's about new beginnings, and nature, growth. It has energizing properties. So this, along with the clear website structure, large headlines, nice visuals, it creates a feeling of activity and makes you want to start moving and sign up for a lesson. So I think it's going to be a great starting point, and I think we can start with this template. So let's open it in the edit mode. Researchers show that it takes only around 50 milliseconds for the user to form an opinion about the website. So that is why it is crucial that the site is easy to read, it's clear, it's delightful and catching right off the bat. And luckily, designers already thought these aspects out. They implemented all the small details to achieve this goal. And one of the tricks to ensure that users can identify with and relate to the site is to use a so-called hero image. So this image is placed in the top section of the website, which is also called above the fold section. So it is large, oversized image that is aimed to grab the prospect's attention as soon as they land on the page. Also, this image, it helps prospects identify what the website is about. And here we can see a lady who does some yoga exercises, some stretching, which answers the question of the website topic. So other layered elements such as heading and call to action button are placed in the center of the hero image to present a consistent and balanced visual composition. So let's talk about this main heading. So it is the most important text on the website because it is the first thing that the user will read when browsing the website. So it should be, should contain the main message that answers the user intent. It has to be written with search engine optimization in mind. And I'm curious to know if you are familiar with the topic of SEO. Please press 1 if you are, and press 2 if you're not really. So search engines, when analyzing the page, among other things, they pay attention to what is written in the main heading. It helps them to better understand the context of the web page, and the better they understand it, the more benefits you get from the search. And let me outline a couple of rules and principles to keep in mind when writing the main heading. So first, it should correspond with the topic of the web page. And it's common sense. If the heading is misleading, people will leave the website. Also, main heading, it should give a visitor a strong sense of what he or she is going to read. Yes. It should also contain focus keywords that you would like your page to be found in Google and other search engines. The optimal length of the main heading must be around 20 or 70 characters. And obviously the main heading should stand out and draw attention. And as we can see now, this main heading now has a sharp contrast in scale to the rest of the page. So let me check the chat. Yeah, thanks for answering my question and sharing your experience in SEO. Those of you who are not familiar with this topic, I invite you to read our blog and check out our recent webinar where we discussed some of the basic concepts of search engine optimization and its importance in promoting your business. And I'll ask my colleague to share respective links in the chat so you can check them out after the webinar. So back to our website. So how can we customize the existing elements of our website? So it's really easy. In order to change something, we need to click on it and we'll see a list of possible options. Let's say you want to change the text. We can just simply click on edit and substitute the text. Yeah. So also you can see a different text customization tools pops up, and if you ever used Google Docs or some other text editor, you already know what that means and how to work with it. For example, if you want to change the font, we can just find the font we are looking for and just put it here like this. Here we can change the font size, we can make text bold, italicized, underscored, and so on. Another thing to remember when working with text is to be consistent with fonts. Do not use more than 2 or 3 different fonts across all pages of your website. And other text on this website, it can be customized using the same tools, so I'm not going to be doing this to save time and to not waste any. So also above the fold section usually contains the logo and the company name and the main navigation menu. And you can add here not just the pages from your website, you can also connect here a link to some third-party resources. For example, if you have some sort of a podcast or a curated online courses or something in this nature, they can be easily added here like this. So I think we can leave this section's customization and move on to another one. So when designers create a template for specific use cases, they do research, They analyze top websites in the given niche to get a better idea of which sections and content people expect when browsing certain types of websites. And in this section, the question of why yoga is useful is answered by the supposed founder of this studio. So this could be a good idea to add such information on the homepage, especially for those visitors who are hesitant, who are in the process of research and not sure whether they need yoga in general or why they need to choose you over someone else. So the section itself consists of a text block and an image on the right to balance the text. And when working with text, we need also to keep in mind a couple of simple things, such as the paragraph of a center text or a right-aligned text is harder to read than a left-aligned paragraph. Also, be sure to emphasize on the important text on the website, because too many emphasized elements, they are screaming for attention and they can overwhelm the website visitors, and this is not a correct approach. Also, remember to keep in check the contrast level between the foreground text and the background, because if there is a poor contrast, it will lead to poor readability and bad user experience. And don't forget to check the spelling and grammar, because even the slightest error can spoil the overall website perception and credibility. And as for this image, it also can easily be changed. We can just click on it, click on edit, and go to change the image. We can upload it from our computer, or we can use the free stock pictures from the Unsplash that is integrated with the Boxmode. We can just type in what we're looking for, say yoga, and grab the image we need. Let's say this one. So the image will be automatically adjusted to fit the size of the container, but in case if you don't like the way it fits, you can always use the crop option to display the portion of the image that you want. So I think we can move on to another section. And one of the purposes of visiting your yoga website obviously is to learn the schedule. And we can take this section as a framework and substitute stock images and text in it, the way we already discussed. But in case if we don't need some of the items on our page, let's say if we don't need these containers with teachers, they can be easily removed by clicking on them, clicking on the trash bin like this. And if you want to undo the change, we can always click on the back option here. And also we can grab the bottom margin of this container and stretch it so it fits the size and the height of the neighboring containers and looks more consistent. Well, I think we can move on to another section. Obviously, each use case is unique, and default templates, the template section, they might not be sufficient enough, and sometimes we need to add new elements to the page. And to do this, we need to click on this plus option. Here we can see a different widgets we can add, starting from basic typography to more complex footers, forms, galleries, and we can also add entire sections. Yeah, so it is especially useful in case if you are building a web page from the scratch. So let's grab this gallery widget and add it to the page like this. So most people they perceive and decode images much faster than words, and perhaps you have heard the old expression that it is better to show than tell. And images on your website, they act as storytellers. They allow website visitors to visualize your service and themselves using your service. And gallery widget will help you to structure and showcase your work visually. It comes in different layouts that you can change using this drop-down menu. And in case if you want to substitute the stock images, you can just simply go to the settings of this widget, and next to image items we can open the menu and we can change the image. And to add extra dynamics to this widget, we can make it open in a lightbox. Basically, lightbox, it opens image in a centered overlay and dims the rest of the page when the image is clicked. So it makes it easier for users to look closer to your image without zooming in the browser. So it will look something like this. And if your images require some additional text, some description, it can be added here. You can add a title and description. So basically it's all self-explanatory and easy to use. So the importance of visuals on the website, it cannot be overestimated. And images, they act not just as elements of attraction, they also can be the informative part of the page, providing a quick visual message about the content. And gallery widget will help you in boosting your website's engagement. I think we can move on. And this is another informational section. And in this example, it is intended to convince parents to send their children to yoga classes. It can be taken as a framework, or it can be removed, or the images and text can be substituted to fit a particular narrative. For example, we can say about some specifics of our practice or something in this nature. We already know how to make the adjustments, but there is another thing to remember when working with images on the website. Although Google has already developed the image recognition algorithms, optimizing your images for search engines is still a good practice. It means we need to add alternative text for the images. So it will allow search engines to better understand what the image is about, and it will have positive impact on image search rankings. And the alternative text can be added by clicking on the image and going to the image text and writing it here. Okay. So let's leave it as it is and move on to another section. Meet our team section is vital to your business. Many potential clients will feel more comfortable about any business if they can put a face to a name. It's not to mention the huge amount of personality that can come across from each team member. And this helps to build relationships. So it's a perfect way to highlight each team member's individual talents and skills, which in turn is an effective way of convincing prospects that you are the right studio. In terms of section customization, it consists of text and image content, and we already know how to do the customization here, so I think we can move on. And here we can see a blog thumbnail. So blogging is among the most important parts of content marketing, and the goal of content marketing is to draw in prospects with engaging and relevant information. And the effect of content marketing can be tremendous. And if you are new to the concept of content marketing, you could check out our blog article where we outline main approaches to content strategy, different marketing channels, and so on. So I'll ask my colleague to share a respective link in the chat. So if you're running a blog, you can feature some of your articles on the homepage. But at the same time, remember that putting a lot of information on the homepage, like a lot of media files, it can slow down the page loading speed, so there has to be a balance. The page performance is crucial for user experience, and it is one of the most important search engine rankings. So let's move on. Here we can see another section with text content. So we already know how to customize it or remove it. And as for this button or any other buttons on this template, we can easily attach a link to a respective page by clicking on the button, clicking on the link option, and putting here the URL of the respective page. So I think we can skip this one. And also, it is a good practice to have testimonials on your website. Testimonials, they help to build trust. They help you to look more valuable and more believable to those who are exploring your services for the first time. as they sound unbiased, and they help to establish credibility. And there are a couple of best practices to observe when adding testimonials. Obviously, they have to be genuine. And if you are just in the beginning of developing your business and don't have much positive feedback yet, no worries, you will get it eventually, but never try to trick prospects with fake information, because it will backfire. Also, many prospects are looking for feedback, for testimonials they can relate to. So pick the feedback that will resonate with your potential customers, that shows others like them being happy with your services. And also, don't forget to add the image of the customer next to the customer statement, because research has shown that adding a picture increases perception of credibility by a significant amount. So as for the section customization, again, it's all text and images, so I think we can move on. Here we can see a form, and many prospects or existing customers, they prefer texting over calling. So having a form will help people to reach out to you, to ask you a question, to share feedback. It will help you to grow the email database of your customers for further marketing initiatives. And to customize the form, we can just simply go to the form settings, and here we can add new fields. There are different input types that we can add. For example, let's say we want to add a text input. We can go to the settings of this input, put here a placeholder that will basically give user instructions on what to enter in this field. We can make the field required, and also we can put it above the email so it looks more consistent. So the messages submitted through this form will be sent to the email address that you used during the registration. And if you wish to change the destination email, you can go to the send data to and substitute it here. Also, you have an option to integrate with the MailChimp. So everything here looks, again, self-explanatory, and let's move on. And finally, we reach the footer. And footer is an intrinsic part of any website. It usually consists of your address, has details about terms and conditions, links to your social media, copyright notice. Also, if that's required, you can add the additional main navigation menu in the footer, or links to some important information if you have any. So I'm not going to customize this section because we already running out of time, and we have other things to talk about. So, and a couple of words about important meta information that you need to pay attention to when building a website, building the web pages. So if we go to this drop down menu on the left, and if you open the global page settings, we have a control over the page meta title and page meta description. So even though the information added here is not going to be directly visible on the web page, it is still relevant to search engines. The search engines, they use it to analyze and to better understand the context of the web page. And there are a couple of best practices to keep in mind when writing page meta title and meta description. First is that they have to be aligned with the content of the web page and do not contain any misleading information, because it will confuse search engines and it will have a negative impact on search engine ranking. Also, use the focus keywords that you would like your page to be found by in Google. Page meta title and page meta description, they have to be written with your prospect in mind, because the things that you write in this in meta title will be shown in Google search results, and this could be shown in this is going to be a page meta description. So it has to be appealing, engaging, so the user want to click on it. And the page meta title should be no longer than 60 characters, and the page meta description should be no longer than 160 characters, because if it is longer than that, it will be truncated in Google search, like you can see here. So obviously websites have more than one page, and in order for us to customize some other page on the website, we can just simply switch to edit mode in this drop down menu. Let's say we want to customize the contact us page. We can just simply click on it from here. And contact us page, it usually contains more detailed information about your address, like your phone number and so on. Also, it could have a form, and also it could have a map. So, and in order to pin location of your studio to the map, you can just simply click on it, go to the settings, and start typing the address, and it will automatically adjust the map to show your location. And in this day and age, the websites must be mobile friendly, and you can verify this by using these different preview modes and switching between you see tablet and mobile. You will see that the website already looks good on different devices. So, and once you finish your website customization, you can just click on the publish, choose the URL that is not occupied, and confirm publishing. So, of course, there is a lot more to the platform that we haven't discussed yet, but we already ran out of time. At least we covered the very basics. And before we go to the questions, let me basically wrap up. The website is an important part of your online presence, and any business is expected to have a website nowadays. It helps to showcase yourself, it helps to highlight your uniqueness, it helps to build trust, and it creates loyal customer base, and many more. And with Boxmode, creating websites is really easy. And of course, we are not the first website builder on the market, and as we receive questions about our differences with other website builders, let me address them. So we have a dedicated support team that receives training not just in platform specifics, but also in basics of web development, web design, search engine optimization. And this level of training, it improves standards in consultation with customers in a variety of topics related to building online presence in a broader sense. Also, we have a free plan, and the instruments I showed you are free of charge, and this also includes your own custom domain. And even though our free version has certain limitations, it is sufficient enough to try the platform out. And if you decide to upgrade, you will get additionally free custom domain for 1 year. You'll get 5 GB of storage, you'll get a chat support, and also it will remove Boxmode branding, and it will cost you only $33 per year. So that's it for the main part, and I think we can go to the questions. Question from Samar. Thank you all so much. Wondering if I would be able to access the seminar again later to show my mother, and she wanted to see me as she is a yoga. Sure, Samar. All this recording will be available on our YouTube channel, and also we will send you, if you registered, we will send you a link to this recording via email. Question from Dominic. I like to help people to do better business, marketing, websites. Recently I started focusing on yoga and fitness studios. If this is something that will bring the value, I will be gladly recommend it. Well, Dominic, I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and if you like to try the platform out and to see whether it works for you, you can always register for free and try it out. So a question from Dominic: is it possible to have a blog post without adding a page? adding the pages. Dominic, blog feature is on our roadmap, and it is going to be available like in the nearest platform iterations. So, but at this moment we do not have it. It's gonna be available in the nearest time, and you will be able to do that. Question from John: how to change background image? Well, John, in order to change background image, we just simply need to choose a section with this background image and go to the settings of this section. So let's wait until it loads. Like, let's say we want to change this one, go to this brush option, and here you can substitute the image from your computer, or again you can use images from the Unsplash. It's not a question, it's a kind of statement from Dominic. This is just another template website builder. Dominic, templates will help you to build the website way faster than if you would do it by yourself without any tools. So it's kind of the goal of the website builder to ease the process of building websites and make it faster. The price is okay for that, though. Yeah, I agree with you. Thanks for answering and appreciate your amazing speech and support. Samara, I do appreciate your feedback. It's very kind. Thank you. Question from Mary: can I merchandise sport nutrition? Oh, Mary, at this moment we do not have a store. Yeah, but again, it is on our roadmap, and it's also going to be available in the nearest future. And within a couple of months, this feature is going to be on our platform, and you will be able to. Question from Bob: can I add my own domain? Sure, Bob, you are able to add your own domain, and if we go to let's first publish this website. I'll show you. So by default, all domains, free domains on the Boxmode website builder have boxmode.io extension like this. And in case if you wish to connect your own custom domain, you can go to manage domains here, and you can go to add domains. Basically, you'll be provided with all required instructions you need to follow on the side of your domain provider, or in case if you again purchase a domain from us, or if you upgrade to the basic plan, you don't need to do that. It will be automatically adjusted without any additional settings. So don't see any more questions for now. Let me know if you have any. Well, just stay tuned for recent platform updates, our plans, news, and etc. You can join our Facebook community. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. You'll find links to them in the description to this video. And also I'll ask my colleague to share the respective links in the chat. Well, I don't see any more questions, and I really do appreciate your dedicated time, and thank you so much for participating in this webinar. I hope it was useful, and I hope you learned something new today. And Thanks once again, and have a nice day.